You guys excited for the first meeting? Yeah. No. All right. So first things first, I think we need to do attendance because it's required of us. So just go ahead and fill that out. It'll take a couple minutes. Should only take a minute, really. Did anybody go to the STEM Fest today? Yeah, how'd it go for everyone? Yes. Jerky. Yeah. Yeah, that's all we need. Crap. Okay. I think everybody's at least scanned the QR code so we can get going here. So first of all, welcome to ACM's first meeting of the year. So now, who are we? First, I'm going to talk a bit about the organization itself because it's actually a little interesting. Ignore all the stuff in the background there. Okay. So ACM, oh man, it should be zoomed in more. There we go. ACM stands for the Association for Computing Machinery. It is a global organization. It's a professional organization. It was founded in 1947, and the mission is to help computing professionals be their best and most creative, right? You can almost kind of just think of it like being a programmers guild of sorts. It's over 100,000 members globally. It's mostly in the United States, but it is a global organization, and it's got like a 70-30 professional student split, and a lot of worldwide activities. We'll gloss over that, whatever. I think the most important thing in this presentation is the benefits to student chapter members. So if anybody wants to sign up, it's free, and you get a complimentary subscription to digital CACM. You get a forwarding address for your email, and can participate in competitions and awards and all sorts of good stuff like that. And so if you're interested, just hop in Slack and shoot me a message, and I will add you to the member list. So back to the presentation here. Okay, so I think I want all the officers to come up here so we can all introduce ourselves. I am Victor. I am president this year. Yeah, yes, you are.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I'm Zach, fifth year CS mechanical engineering student. We'll be talking about rocketry. Be doing a lot of rocketry integrations with the club.
I'm Kyle. I'm the grad student rep, I guess. If you need any help with any CS class, I've probably taken a class either now or sometime in the future. My office is right next to the ACM room.
I'm Walker. I'm a third year computer science student.
I'm Alex Case. I'm a non-traditional computer science student here. I'm the vice president, and I hope to be doing a lot with coordinating hackathons and hopefully maybe even lead code competitions here at ACM. So look forward to that.
I'm David Helgeson. I'm a third year computer science student, and I'm going to be doing a lot of like the web dev stuff that's going to be connected to rocketry. And I'm Calvin. I'm also mostly working with rocketry as well, but more of the internal tools.
That's who we are. Okay. So a bit about what we're going to do this year. I mean, if you want, you can sit down. Kind of blocking the screen there. So connections. We want to connect you to field of computer science. One way we're going to do this is we're going to have guest lectures from professors, grad students, really whoever wants to give them. And those are always interesting. We had a lot of them last year. Hands-on project experience. If you have a project you want to do yourself or with other people, you can come to us. We can provide funding to a reasonable degree. And there's also going to be rocketry. We're going to be, integrating and collaborating with them quite a bit. And Zach is going to talk about that in a little bit here. hackathons. We're going to be doing a lot more hackathons this year. Last year, I think we only did one. We want to do more than one this year. The first one is coming up in October, and that's with DigiKey, and it is in person. So that's going to be a field trip for us, and it should be a lot of fun. This is a great way to network with other people in CS. There's a Slack where there's over 400 members, a lot of them alumni, so that's a great resource. And of course, we have pizza, which will be showing up at around 5:30. So you gotta stick around for this. Yeah. So a bit about our plans. Hacktoberfest, that is going to be coming up in October, believe it or not. And that's basically just encouraging everybody to contribute to open source stuff, even if you don't have a great deal of experience with coding. It is still something you can do, and there's a lot of projects here at UMD that you can contribute to as well. And then DigiKey, doing their hackathon again. And there's also going to be an information session with them, which we're not really hosting, but we're kind of working with them on that. And that'll be on October 24th. That's a Monday. So that should also be interesting. Yes, that's a great idea. Okay. Okay. Here's the lore. If you want to read about this yourself, it's hacktoberfest.com. So
Contribution, so if you're just starting out and you want to get involved with a hackathon, this hackathon is open to anyone. They have either low code or no code, so if you wanted to even submit a song that you wrote or something, you technically can submit to Hacktoberfest as well as low code, which is also good for beginners, as well as we have some projects here at UMD, and you can talk to us and you can even possibly commit to a project here. You just need to do 4 photo tests, and if they merge with a project, an open source project, you complete the.
yes, there's no reason not to do it this year. Okay. Yes.
You can get a free shirt, a free poster,
Sometimes I have catering. So
as well as opportunities you can show on a resume. A lot of the in-person hackathons we're currently doing, they have representatives from local companies, and so that's really a great way to show off your skills. You can put a hackathon project on your resume, did I already say that? As well as if you've never contributed to an open source project before, you can really build your skills and learn something new.
yes, and they're fun. So there you go. Let's see, get back to that. We also want to be a resource to you for your career. So again, we're gonna have DigiKey here. They're gonna be talking. We want to do interview prep this year. We didn't really do that last year, even though we wanted to. So we're gonna fix that this year. Resume review, skill workshops. For resume review, we're going to be working with the can't think of it. Yes, we're gonna be working with them because we're computer science people. We're not really great at that, I think. But so we're outsourcing that. Skill workshops. We have the Space Summit this Saturday, and we're doing that with Bulldog Rocketry, which Zach is going to talk about. And that's from 10 to 4, I think. 10 to 4:30. So I hope everybody can make it to that. LeetCode. Last year we helped a lot of our members and helped subsidize LeetCode Premium. And that is a very useful tool to have if you are, trying to practice for a coding interview, which are notoriously annoying and not really related to the job at all. But yeah, we want to help with that. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and message me or any of the other officers on Slack. And as I mentioned before, there are a lot of benefits to actually, being a member of ACM. There is a free option, and then I'm paying for the student membership, which is it's kind of like a little convoluted, but you get more with that as well. All right, now Bulldog Rocketry.
So, I don't know if any of you remember last year or were part of this organization last year. We had some group projects, and we found that it was really difficult to get them to be successful because, of course, people have very busy schedules, and there's not a whole lot of outside pressure to make sure that deadlines are met. Then on top of that, it's ACM just doesn't have the necessarily built-in structure and like the whole community of like deadlines being met. People come to ACM to have fun and learn new things about computer science, not necessarily get work done as a group. But there is another team on campus, Bulldog Rocketry, which I personally have a very long history with. And I've had a lot of fun, and it's truly changed my life, and it's made it a lot easier for me to get jobs or to like advertise myself on a resume, because there's a lot of real world experience that you get in Bulldog Rocketry. Now, for a long time, Rocketry didn't have any great CS opportunities. I joined because I was mechanical engineering and computer science, so I could contribute some of my mechanical knowledge to this. But something that we're doing new this year is having technology stuff. So last year we had a technology committee, and they did a lot of things, but it was hard to do anything really well. Now we're having a department, which means that we're having a lot more focused from the top leadership. That means that there's a lot more care and care and thought put into everything that the technology stuff's going on the team. Last year was more of an afterthought. Now it's a main focus. So if you're a CS person looking to get real world experience building projects with other people on the same team, Rocketry, as it currently stands, is kind of the only way to do that on campus without applying for an internship or applying for a job. Everybody's accepted here, so you don't have to worry about applying to Bulldog Rocketry. We want people with no experience. We want people with that want to grow. That's the only requirements. You don't even have to be a CS major. There's a lot of other committees as well, but being this is ACM, we're going to focus on the tech stuff. So within the department, we have web development, physics engine development, internal tools, knowledge management, systems administration. A couple of our committee leads are actually at this meeting right now. We got web dev with David here, internal tools with Calvin, and then a few of the other ones you will get the chance to meet afterwards, after this meeting directly in the same room, 6 p.m. Because we're going to be doing a tech demo. Every 2 weeks, we're going to have tech demos, which sort of go over all the progress that's been made over the last 2 weeks, congratulate the groups that are working on it, and also just meet other people in the team that are also working on tech. So a little more details on each of these. Web development is going to be working with real servers out in the cloud to build a website for the team to use internally. So right now, we're pretty much relying heavily on Discord and Google Drive to get anything done. There's a lot better ways to do a lot of these things. If you have a website with tools built into it, it just makes everything easier, especially for collaboration. You can think of like a Google Team or a Microsoft Teams that is actually coded by people in university. Of course, we'll probably be a bit slower, we'll have our own bugs, but the intent is there. And then that's full stack web development work. You don't have to come in with any of that stuff. We're going to teach you it. Next up is physics engine development. Anyone here interested in video games or coding video games? Few hands. All right. Physics engine development is going to be taking everything that makes a world work, and they're going to be coding that from scratch. So they'll be using C++ most likely, and they're going to be modeling the physical world so that our engineering teams can have an in-house simulation tool to work with. So when we model our rocket flying up, so for perspective, Bulldog Rocketry as a group builds 14 to 22 foot tall rockets that fly to 30,000 feet. So that's as tall as airliners. So there's a lot of math and thought going in all this stuff. So having a simulation that's built in-house is a really cool flex on everybody else in competition because no one else has this going on. Next up is internal tools. This one's sort of a more beginner-friendly one. All of these are beginner-friendly, but this is by far the most because it's primarily Python-based. So if you don't know Python, it's a really easy language to get up to speed on, and it's a cool language to go on your resume and build projects with. Definitely recommend this one if you can't decide internal tools. But you can also be involved with multiple. Knowledge management, this one, David and I last night, we just got our wiki posted. So if you've been to Wikipedia before, they have their own engine called MediaWiki. Our wiki is going to look exactly the same with a few slight variations, but mostly we just want to get all the knowledge that we have of the team up on a source that's protected, that no one can hack into, that anyone on the team can look up stuff. So if you're curious about how a parachute works, you can go on our internal wiki and find out about it. And the last one is systems administration, which is going to make sure our servers, our databases are maintained properly, securely, and always up and running. So like I said, we have tech demos, they'll be right after ACM meetings. Yes,
If I want to participate in another department as a computer science major, can I do that?
absolutely. There's a few opportunities for CS people to help out with. We have embedded systems, so those that don't know, that's more like electronics, hardware type programming. That's if you're interested at all in like aerospace or defense jobs. Embedded systems programmers are super sought after, so that's an area that you should definitely investigate. So we have opportunities on avionics on our hybrid rocket committee, which is a different type of rocket than we do right now. For some CS stuff, but the vast majority of the CS stuff is in technology. And then if you're interested in like design and art or like graphics, we have opportunities for that too. You don't have to just do CS stuff. And if you want to do 10 different committees, you're more than welcome. The last thing I'll say on this is that we're trying to model this as much as we can after a real internship experience. So we don't want this to be like, oh, we want CS people to do free work for us. That's not the goal. The goal is truly, we have an opportunity here to provide CS students with job opportunity or job-like experience that they can put on the resume. So we're structuring these committees as much as we can to be like a job experience. So when an employer goes and asks, oh, do you know anything about Scrum management style? Be like, yes, I do, because I lived under it. I went to meetings 3 times a week or whenever we decide. Each of these committees has different time commitments. I had a manager. I liked this about them. I didn't like this about them. This is all about building your resume. That's the primary goal with everything on rocketry. The rocket is just a vessel to accomplish that goal. Any questions? For reference, can everybody in here who's had at least gone to a rocketry meeting or done rocketry stuff, raise your hand? So this is a pretty popular thing. You will not be alone here. There is strong CS presence currently on the team, and there's a pretty strong community too. So can't recommend it enough. Any other questions? All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and then this is for the Discord.
Yes,
Sure.
if you're interested in joining the rocketry team, you can scan our Discord link. This will get you on there. And then there will be more information about meeting times for the individual committees on there as well.
Okay, everybody got it? Okay. Okay. All right. And then community, we definitely want to like foster a sense of community. And kind of just like help our community here in Duluth. And at UMD. So again, we want to do a lot of cooperation with the organizations such as Bulldog Rocketry and others if we can. Hosting of local competitions, we potentially want to host our own kind of hackathon, which would be a big thing. And we're working on that, and we'll, provide more details once we, think about that more. And then also there is the ACM Lounge. This was previously only open to like, juniors and seniors. And this is in Heller Hall 338. If you go to Heller Hall and go to the 3rd floor, head all the way down towards Kirby. It's going to be at the end of the hall there on the right. It's right next to Kyle's office. So.
And it's no longer just juniors and seniors.
Yeah, it's open pretty much all the time now.
To get a key for that, you have to go to Lori.
Yeah.
Good chance if you just knock or go up there, the door will be open, but in case that's not the case, talk to Lori, she's in the CS department office, and she'll be doing.
Yeah. And then, oh, go ahead.
Where is the rocket? See, this is what mine is. So Third floor, however, you'll see a sign. It says like, all right,
There's like 320 or something.
I forgot the name, but
Okay,
there's a big sign that. They want it to be more noticeable than some of the class.
yeah,
You'll notice it.
all right. And we're gonna meet every other week this year. Last year we did every week and that was way too much. It's not so much to talk about, so we want to do every other week. It's a little bit less of a commitment and we can do more fun stuff each week. And we're gonna be meeting here at Thursdays at 5 again. And yeah. If you want to join our Slack and you haven't yet, this should work. If it doesn't, let me know. Okay. See many cameras go up, so I think we're good there. And that looks like that is it. Okay, so that being done, I think we should do icebreakers, right? Everybody loves those.